guys, and oh, there we go, tree just grew. And welcome back to the Feed the Beast Let's Play. I think this is episode 2. I am Oz, and yes, there is a new thermal expansion available for 1.4.5. Not sure what that's going to do to the mod pack as a whole, but that's not what I'm worried about. So, last episode, we made all this stuff here. Lovely, fantastic. Just in the interim, I've upgraded a couple of furnaces to iron furnaces, just so I have a couple of auxiliary furnaces going in case this can't keep up. So, look who's back. This episode's chest. So what have we got here? Oh dang! That's a lot of stuff. A lot of RE batteries. They are very, very important in your early game electronics, as it were. So, what do I want to do first? I think I want to do a little bit of an improvement here, because with my generator, if I put one of these charcoal in here, once it builds up to the top, any extra energy that charcoal would have been making is wasted. So, as soon as we hit full here, bam, that's it, it's reached its maximum. I'm wasting half a charcoal. I don't want to waste half a charcoal. I want something to hold on to that stuff so that I can use it later on. So what I'm going to do here is a little tricky bit here. Get rid of that. And I'm going to take these 5 oak wood planks, copper, and the 3 RE batteries, and I'm going to make what's called a bat box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Bat box. Very simple. Stash it. It's basically like a chest for your electricity. That's the simplest way I can put it. So, where is it? Here, you see our charcoal can produce 4,000 EU. This guy has an internal storage of 40,000 EU, which is fantastic. So you can throw 10 charcoal into your generator right off the bat, and he's slowly draining the power out of here because it's going into our storage unit. So I can throw 10 charcoal in there and not have to worry about wastage. Now, you do have to be careful though. You need to make sure that it's pointing the right way, because the bat box has 6 faces, of course, and 5 of the faces are input, but only 1 face is output. It'll be the side that is facing you whenever you place it, sort of like how you have your pistons. So it's a bit iffy. You've got to make sure you get it right. But I think ours is good. Let's do a practice. Let's burn 1 piece of oak wood. Yep, and it's going. So we put it in the right spot. It outputs 30 EU a tick, which is a bit more than these guys tend to use up. These guys use up about 5 or so. But that's not something we need to worry about anymore, because we can store all our stuff. Fantastic. We'll just leave that there. Perfect. Right, what do I want to do next? Next, I want to make something to take care of my pickaxes, because these guys, after about, what, your 250 uses, your durability wears out and you lose your pickaxe, and you lose the resources, and so on. So what I want to do is, I want to make what's called a mining drill. So I'm going to grab these things here. So, let's go into our thingy here. Mining drill. Let's check the recipe here. And that's how you make it. It's basically an iron pickaxe that runs on electricity. It has no durability to speak of, so you don't have to worry about it breaking. You just have to worry about keeping it supplied with energy. There we go. Mining drill. Meet the dentist. I like that one. But I don't want a regular drill because I can't mine my obsidian with it. So I'm going to get 3 diamonds and I'm going to upgrade it. So this guy is equivalent to an iron pickaxe, but if I go like this, we have a diamond drill, which is equivalent to a diamond pickaxe, except as with the regular pickaxe versus the mining drill, it doesn't run out. And there we got another achievement. We're just raking these achievements in right now. Yeah. Can I charge you in the bat box? Yes, I can. And there we go. We've got a bit of energy here. Now, the problem with the diamond drill is it tends to chew up its electricity pretty quickly. you'll only get about 200 blocks worth of breakage before it runs out of charge. So I want something that'll let me charge it up continuously, or as so I have a decent amount of EU with me. Now you can use an RE battery, but that doesn't hold much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 6 batteries and another electronic circuit. We've gone through a few electronic circuits already, haven't we? I'm going to put them like this, like this, like this, and that is what we get. It's called the Bat Pack, and it has nothing to do with Batman. Please do not make a comment saying it's got something to do with Batman. It is basically like the bat box on your back, which is where the bat comes from. It's a battery pack. So, bam, we've got that. It has an internal storage of... Oops, let's get a couple of charcoal up in there. There you go. Yep. It's got an internal storage of 60,000 EU, so that'll take care of us for 6 diamond drill cycles. And I'll just let that baby charge up. Yeah. So as long as I keep the backpack healthy, I don't have to worry about running out of the diamond drill. This thing will stay at whatever charge it has, and it'll suck power out of the backpack first before it sucks power out of itself. So if you start losing power on this while you have the backpack equipped, you wear it like a chest piece. If you start running out of diamond drill power while you have one of these, it's a pretty good indication that this is run out of power, and you have to go juice them both back up. So how are we going there? We're still going good. Alright, I'll be back once I've managed to power both of those things up to the maximum. Alrighty, so the bat pack is fully charged. I'm just letting the diamond drill pick up to maximum. So let's put this guy on. There we go, look at that. Looking good. Yeah. Alright, just put a stair here so that way, you know, there's not a hole in the ground and I can still access my bat box. Little stylistic touch. I like it a lot. Alright, so from now on we no longer need pickaxes unless we're using pickaxes to design specific machines. Like these thingies, or to make a mining well, or something like that. Not something I'm going to delve into at present, maybe later when I'm trying to find alternative energy solutions, because while burning through charcoal is better than burning through coal, because coal has other uses that are very important, and charcoal is basically just, yeah, let's throw it in there. While that's good, it burns through my wood supplies rather quickly. You can see that I've only got a stack and a half. That's all I have left as far as wood goes. That's why I've got a bit of a chunky tree farm up there. And oh, did I mention that I've moved my rubber tree farm? I probably didn't mention that, but yeah, I've got 16 rubber trees up there, handing me a handy supply of sticky resin. You can see there I've got a full stack of it already, basically. And another full stack of rubber here. Like I said, before long you have more rubber than you know what to do with. But yes, back to my point. I'm going to have a more permanent solution to get my EU. Well, we just let that burn up. But I'm not going to delve into that too much this episode, because I'm going to save it for next episode when we've got a little bit more stuff out of the way. Now, this here is something that is called coal coke, as you can clearly see. It's a product made from coal, but it burns 4 times as efficiently. So you get 4 times the amount of electricity out of it if you put it through your generator. Now, obviously, that's fantastic, but how do you get it, you might ask? Well, that's what this lever here is for. Secret passage! Alright, let's head down here. What are these giant little box thingies, you might ask? And you're well entitled to ask. This is called a coke oven. It's a bit of a large build. You need to create the component block first. This thing here. It's called a coke oven brick. And you need to make 26 of them to make one coke oven. You basically make a 3x3x3 cube, but you leave the middle space empty. So you put 9 on the bottom, 9 on the top, and a ring of 8 in the middle. Now, the coke oven brick requires 4 brick. Yeah, four brick items, not the brick block. The thing you get from smelting one clay. So let's just head back up there. You need four of them and five sand in the same sort of pattern you'd use to make gunpowder. So these bricks here. And that's how you make one coke oven brick. But you need 26 of those to make one full coke oven. Otherwise, the thing just doesn't work. So what it does is it will, for free, you don't have to input any sort of electricity. You just throw in one coal, and a couple of minutes later, it gives you one coal coke. And it also gives you something called creosote oil, which will be used in Railcraft, which is one of the other mods that makes up Feed the Beast. But that is a little bit out of the way for the moment. The only thing you need to know about Railcraft at the moment is they modify the recipes for making rails, or tracks as they're called actually, in Railcraft. That's the really only thing you need to know about it at this point. And that's the only thing I'm going to bother knowing at this point, because I'm not a track and train aficionado. So, is this thing done? How much more can we put in? Oh, we can put in one more. Might as well. Alright, let's go test out this diamond drill. Wee. Run! Jesus. So, let's just head down here. Wee. Ooh. Always a bit worrisome. Alright, so this is my little branch mine area. I'm trying not to venture too far out as far as the branch mining goes. I'm only going 50 blocks in one direction because Red Power 2 hasn't been added yet, and I'm waiting for some of the world generation for it, because in the world, if I load chunks now, they won't have the possibility to contain Nicolite, which is a very important Red Power 2 ore. So yeah, that's pretty much why I'm not doing a whole bunch of exploring. All I know so far is that there is a desert. Oh, look how quickly this baby's going. And this thing works on dirt as well. It's a pickaxe and a shovel combined. If we check this, you see we've already used our 1,500 EU just on mining away 18 blocks. So it is fairly EU intensive, which is why I'm going to be looking for a permanent, more eco-friendly, a bit more of a green option as far as electricity generation is concerned. But like I said, I'll get into that next episode. Oh, look at that. We found some redstone. Our first drill obtained materials. And that's about the most caving you're going to see out of me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you go here. So this is where my next tunnel is going to be. I use the 3-gap, I think it is called it's just like the straight and narrow method, really. It's the fern method, not as opposed to the phoenix method or the spiral method or any other versions of branch mining you might come across. So I always just fill this in so I've got a nice clean path. It's important to keep the aesthetics good. If you want to brush up on other branch mining or strip mining techniques, there's plenty of pages on the Minecraft wiki. Of course it applies to vanilla and modded Minecraft. The basic strategy doesn't really change. It's like intercourse. The approach hasn't changed in thousands of years, and it likely will not change in the future. Oh, nighttime. I think I'm on peaceful for this episode, mostly because this is more of a show and tell. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is... Let's get into my house. Boop. Alright, the last thing in our episode chest is a bunch of tin and copper dust. So, normally you'd expect me to smelt those up in the furnace and make more ingots of tin and copper to use in batteries and cabling or whatever. But, unique thing here, if you get 1 tin and 3 copper, you get 2 bronze dust. Now, kudos to the guys who thought of this, because it actually does follow actual real-world physical chemistry, because copper and tin are what make bronze. So good on you for following the vernacular on that one. So 1 tin, 3 copper, 2 bronze. Now bronze is important for a couple of reasons. So we check our uses here. Bronze ingots, you can use them as a substitute for iron to make minecarts. You can use them for a couple of forestry items, machines that I won't get into at the moment because they're a bit out of my comfort zone. You've got a habitat locator, you've got sturdy casings, more forestry stuff. What I want... Where are we? Machine. There we are. This is the industrial craft wrench. It needs 6 bronze, which is why I made 6 bronze dust. Let's go ahead and put you through your paces. Now, these machines here, you remember how I made them all with a machine block? Yeah? If not, go back and check episode 1. Help my view count, whatever. But one of the delicacies with these machines here that are made with the machine block is you should absolutely, under no circumstances, break them with a pickaxe or your drill, because there is a pretty high chance that if you break it with your pickaxe or your drill, that it will not drop as the machine. It will drop only as the machine block. If you break it by hand, 100% chance it'll drop as a machine block. So, for example, this electric furnace... Oh, we've got our stuff already. This electric furnace here, if you break it by hand, you'll only get your... Oh, wait, no. The electric furnace is the exception because it's made with the iron furnace. My apologies. If you break your macerator here with your hand, you will only get the machine block back, so you'll lose your 3 flint, your electronic circuit, which is the main reason why you should always break it with a wrench, is to get back your electronic circuit, figuratively speaking. Of course, you won't get all the components back, but you'll save yourself the trouble of having to use up 2 redstone, 1 refined iron, and 6 copper cabling. But this wrench... Oh, once I craft it, I've been rambling. So this wrench here, if you right-click on one of these machines, it has a fairly high chance of giving it back. It's about 80%. But of course, 80% is not good enough. It's just not good enough. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to upgrade it into an electric wrench. Now, if I charge this baby up, there we go, it charges up pretty quickly. If I hold down M, whoops, no, it's like Shift and, is it R? Ooh, this is going to be awkward. I can't remember what the freaking combination is. Give me a sec. Okay, so I managed to solve the problem. I had to change the key that enables the switching of the modes. Normally it's on M, but there are conflicts with mods like Ray's Minimap and other things as well. So I've changed it to L. So I'm holding down L right now and right click. Lossless wrench mode enabled. So if I were to right click this macerator... Oh, you bum. You dirty little bum. There we go. I get the macerator back. Unfortunately, this guy's using it in lossless wrench mode chews up 10,000 EU. So you want to make sure you know what you're doing if you place your machine. Otherwise, you'll be out 10,000 EU. So I'm just going to grab my battery pack and charge it back up. So I'm going to let that sit. I think that's everything I wanted to do in today's episode. Next episode, like I said, I want to handle some alternative energy generation, so I can handle some more electricity intensive endeavors. And I want to get started on building an actual house. My little cottage down there is fantastic and all, but I really feel like I need a big house to house all my future projects. Yeah, I think we'll have some fun with that. Oh, and something else I want to do in a couple of episodes too. It's a buildcraft machine. That's one of the other major mods I described, briefly touched on in episode 1. There's a lot of fancy stuff in there. I want to get started on that too. So next episode we'll get some some energy generation, some buildcraft machines, maybe a couple of other things. We'll see how we go. But until then, this has been episode 2 of the Feed the Beast Let's Play. Still don't know what I'm going to call it, if I'm going to give it a special name or not. Feed the Beast Let's Play sounds pretty fun. But if you guys come up with something else, let me know. Let me know about anything else in the comments. Don't spoil any recipes or things like that. I like to figure that out on my own. General suggestions are fine, though. So, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Ciao for now.